All right. Um, Welcome everybody. Welcome back to the morning drawings. Yep. So today, I believe we're gonna go fixing this part right up so that we have this part done. So we're having the whole neck part done. I believe that's a good start, right? Yeah, that's a good start. We could also go for the hand, but I think the neck part is actually more important than the rest, so that we have like the full neck in total instead of having only one part. Um, so yeah, since I'm gonna be doing that instead of the rest, I hope you all gonna be enjoying this. So, how do you say that? To get this thing done, I mean, could I do it on the one layer? Oh, I should definitely put it back into that and go back in. Yeah, there you go. So yeah, let's see if it works, and then hopefully this is all planned out correctly. Where's my stuff? Ugh, always pressing that. But how does the thing actually get pressed? I have no idea. The main problem I always face with these things is that it does some nasty little things that I don't know how it's done. So yeah, it's really annoying when all right. So that's where it now is. All right. So the main problem I have with with all the keybind settings, apparently somehow it presses one when it doesn't want to be pressed, and somehow it works. So yeah, we're gonna do some drawings. Um, Lower the size, get the right thing. Maybe that's maybe smarter. Lower the size and then get the right thing. I can do this on 5, I believe. Yeah. So where does this thing land? Let's see. Is it in this one? Yes, it is in this one. All right. So should I put this on the same layer as the other one? Yeah, I should. I definitely should. You can already see the difference here. Come on. So I could put it right here and then, just move it around. I'm gonna put it between these. I'm just, I'm not very good at, cobbling this. So, of course, we want to make sure that we have this correctly done. So, and I should put it on black. Right. So somehow, why is this so damn difficult? Oh, alright. I see what it is. I see what it is. So I need to put this off just to get the damn drawing done with only the, normal text. Right. This is gonna be taking some while, but don't you worry about it. I'll be fine with it. It's not like, anything else is gonna be happening that's gonna be backfiring upon me this time. Hopefully not. So, let's see. We need to start here. So we're gonna add some more parts. Hey. Alright. I definitely should move. I definitely should move these things first. Right? Yeah. And I also need to make sure that I connect them correctly. Alright. So nope. Alright. So the main idea here is that, you know, we're gonna be drawing the lines that we need to draw in the first place. But those lines, I need to make sure that I have those lines correctly done. So they need to be, let's see, is this doable? Yes, this is doable. That one is not doable. Now it's doable. Awesome. This is why I'm actually putting it on a different layer to get the lines correctly. Yeah. Almost. Alright. That's one good done. Now we need to get this done. Oh boy. Now I need to put this way back in. Come on. Damn it. Why is it always that the thing gets stuck in my seat? That is the worst case scenario of not. Alright. Nope. Hmm. Yes. Alright. Now we need to figure out how to do this one. That right? Yeah. This one should be like this. That one doesn't matter that much. Need to lower this. Alright. Nope. Alright, I don't need to press it too much, otherwise this thing actually gets bad. Alright, and then this one needs to go that way. And upwards. Upwards again. Upwards again. Right. Now we can look at this. Cool. Works. So back again, we want to go for like a big one, this one. Go for this. Then go for this. Then downwards again. Upwards again. Downwards again. Upwards again. So we're gonna keep the same pattern as we have before, and keep it onwards. The main issue that we actually need to deal with is that after this is gonna be the pain, because then we're gonna do the texturing on it, and I'm gonna keep it on one layer. Because this is a really hard thing to do anyway. Alright. Oh. This one is too tiny. Sometimes it's actually quite hard to do the pressuring on the pencil correctly, so that you have the problem with the heavy amount of stuff, and that is a thing that is indeed a problem. So this needs to be on around here. So this is the last bit. So I'm gonna keep it right here. So that is the last bit that we want to draw, so we're gonna keep that in mind. Just to keep keep in mind how much we actually are drawing here. And hopefully, that will actually work well. The main issue that we are dealing with is that, this is a big boy. This is a big boy Steve kind of experience. We're just we're adding the texture to everything, so there you go. Fix that bad boy right up. Now that we've done that, now that we have done the whole damn drawing of, the lines that we want to draw, just gonna reinforce the lines a little bit to draw them a little bit more sharpened, just in case, because lines might need some more sharpening. All right, especially right here. That one is actually too vague. Actually, want to make sure that we have that line set and done. All right, cool. So now that we've done that, we now actually can go for the. We can now go for the texture. Am I gonna put the textures on one layer? Yes, because that is possible. That's actually doable and, well, affordable. But the line art not, because the line art it's a dick. It's a son of a bitch. In most cases. Alright, go back to 3, because that's how much it needs to be. 3 instead of 4, 5. And start drawing. Of course, you know, this might not be a very doable thing. Well, it is a doable thing, but bleh. Jeez. The main problem with this thing is actually that, you know, we're not gonna see any coloring until we are at the coloring stage again on this one. So it all is gonna be looking gray-ish. Which might be a problem. Might not be a problem that much. Depends how well I'm doing the textures. And well, you know, this texture is actually quite easy to do because this is actually the easy texture. This is you know, the same texture as this one. So what you want to do here is actually, you know, casually draw tiny little circles on it. Wow. Why is this not working as intended? Oh well. Do I actually need to add it up to 5? No, right? Because if I'm gonna go for 5, that would not work. Because then I will draw this, which is not the... It is. Mother fucking bastard. You sneaky son of a bitch. Every single time. I just need to control the amount of input on the panel. I could lower it down to 4, but not to 3 because 3 is too little. Yes. Alright, that lowers down the problem. Yes. And then if we then zoom out, that is actually the same pattern, right? Because if we now remove the color, that we don't need, we can now see what's going on, right? Yes. Alright, now I can see what the pattern is, and therefore I can, you know, add it towards the thing that we need. So yeah, not really. Sometimes it doesn't work. Jeez. What stupid ass. Yeah, It needs to be 3, but I need to make sure that I have the white spot. But yeah, it is this is just, you know, casual progress of, you know, adding the textures towards the thing that we need to do. The only problem is that, you know, it is a texture that is indeed a problematical issue. Nice. Interesting. Very interesting. This always takes a long time to do, right? Yep. Yes, it's gonna be taking a while. Well, the good news is it's only gonna be taking a while. It's not gonna be taking a big while. So yeah. Main issue. Um, we're dealing with the skills of Doom. So that's gonna be taking like an hour or two to finish, but is my hand gonna be tired of this? Probably not that much as the other one because it's not intensive. It's, you know, it's just drawing little circles. Well, you know, it's doable. It's doable. Yeah, it's doable. Come on. Yep. Awesome. Of course, I'm doing 3 lines at once, so that, you know, I have like the 3 lines here, so that I don't waste too much time. But yeah, creating textures is a very annoying thing to do. Well, it's not annoying, it's just, you know, really hard. Because, you know, you need to have a different hand motion for it. It's different than drawing. The texturing is like, you know, you know what you're gonna draw, and the texture is just, you know, being like, I wanna give the drawing a characteristic. Yeah, no, the feeling. And well, you know, to draw the feeling is gonna be difficult because, you know, Sometimes you want to draw something else, or you want to give it some other property towards it. And many of those textures you need to remember to get from point A to point B. Of course, you also could use stamps, but as I said before, stamps are a little bit unreliable because they can be glitchy or they can cause, a not fully good understanding of the texture. Which is a problematical thing. It's quite interesting how much stuff actually needs to be done here. There you go. Alright. Nice. So yeah, we're just casually doing this, and hopefully, this will be all right. It's like drawing feathers, but without any problematical issues. And as I said before, it's already 30 minutes in, and we're now not even halfway. We're merely getting started. Oh boy. Let me guess. I need to draw bigger, aren't I, on these ones? Yep. Oh well, then I'll do that. Dang it. I miscalculated the texture. Oh well. It's not like I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be just casually fixing that right on the bat. It's not gonna be visible that much. It's just, the texture is there, so I need to draw it big. Ugh. I hate drawing it big. But it needs to be big, because otherwise it won't be working. Easy. Well, I have fixed the solution. I was drawing too tiny, so I was actually drawing the skills from the mouth instead of the skills from the throat, which is terrible because that will look awful if I would have continued with it. That's why you always need to look back and forward back and forward. Of course, you know, I'm gonna leave it there. Of course, I'm gonna leave those skills there because it doesn't matter that much because it's in the bottom throat and it has already those parts here. So it does look really well with the rest. But to make sure that but to make sure that I don't fuck over more, I'm just gonna be doing it. So yeah, that's why you know, everybody makes mistakes, and those mistakes are sometimes very problematic, especially when it comes to these things. But you know, if we continue here on this one, that would be fine. That would be fine. That would be fine indeed. So yeah, after the drawing, I'm gonna do some writing. Well, first I'm gonna be doing the part where I'm just gonna be casually doing a big giant 6 miles walk, and then I'm gonna do some writing because I also want to do that today. Also, it's something else than, you know, drawing. So, whoop de fucking daisy do today. Jeez Louise. So much stuff needed to be done. It's quite funny how much stuff actually is done here. Nice. So, how do I do these things? Let's see. So yeah, it is all, you know, the same motions. It's all the time. It's like, you know, this kind of motion it is. And then, you know, add variety to it by, you know, switching positions, or, you know, go from one point to the other point and then, you know, switch around. That's the main cause of this. And well, you know, it takes a long time to finish it, because, you know, it's a big amount of circle drawing. It's like the same with the feathers, you know. You want to draw a feather? Well, congratulations. You're gonna do it a long, 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 long time. And then you're finally done. The main issue that I'm always facing with these things is like, you know, I don't give a shit what I'm doing, but I'm doing it right now. And I also noticed, by the way, yesterday that I had like 2 bot replies again. So I am currently busy again on the bot problem. So, well, you know, it means that I'm getting popular again. So, whoa. And what is a better thing to be popular about than when you have bots, your free fans, your computer friends, bots. Yeah. I don't mind having bots. It's just, you know, I just need to be casually removing them because they summon porn sites out of thin air. So yeah. Very annoying. The good stuff though is that I'm doing pretty well upon that part. You know, keeping an eye on it every single day, looking at it like, yes, there is something here. I can sniff it. So, how about those apples? You know, if you're getting popular, you're gonna have a lot of bots. If you don't have moderators, you need to do it manually, so therefore I do it manually. I'm manually larrying. Yeah. I guess that's a good way to do things, you know, manually. Because therefore, you know, you're always precise upon what you need to do and what you need to ban. Normally I don't ban comments at all, even if they are harsh words or whatever, but porn sites, dodgy porn sites, yeah, let's save that for the kids later. You know, don't do that. Don't do that. That's a dick move. That's a dick move. Dodgy porn sites to get other people's PCs hacked. Yeah, that's bad. That's deletable worry. So yeah. After all, I'm a rock solid guy. I take good advice and bad advice at the same time, and then figure out which one was the one that was bad or good. And sometimes I roll with it. But yeah, if somebody would say mean word, I don't mind. As long as it's good advice, and yes, as long as it's good advice, and yeah, sure. Oh well. But this is actually quite funny. You know, just drawing circles, getting the circles drawn, and then work around with them. Yeah. Oh, all right. Now, since that we've done that, let's see. What do we do now? What should we talk about? I don't know. I could talk about circles and how they are actually quite handy dandy when it comes to drawings. Yeah, let's go for that. So, circles have circles. You know, drawing circles is really hard sometimes in a drawing because you know a perfectly round circle, you know, is a hard thing to do if you are doing it out of the loose hand. Yeah, and the main issue with the circle is like you want to have a perfect circle. Yes, true. You want to have a perfect circle. Well, you can draw that if you just practice it enough. My main problem with my circles is like, you know, I cannot draw a perfect circle. If I draw a perfect circle, it's almost perfect. It's like close, but not quite. And, you know, the main issue is like if you have a responsive tablet, circle drawing is a very easy way to test your uh, you know, tablet if it is responsive. Because if you draw a lot of circles at the same time, you know, you can see like, oh well, there is no delay in it. Or every single time I draw, it is not like this. Boop, 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 and then be like, you know, done. So it's not like each question. You don't have to slow down your movement to get the circle there. You can just instantly draw a circle like this. Push, 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 push. See that? Maybe those circles are not perfect, but it's instant speed because I don't press all the time. I don't press all the time. I just remove the circle drawing. I don't press hard enough, so you know that's why some of them had gaps. But you get the point here. The circle response here on this tablet is really decent, up and dandy, handy dandy. So Now the quick question is like, why should I, why should I do that? Why should I, you know, be concerned about, that the tablet is responsive? Well, if you draw and you draw a line and the line doesn't begin where you want to have it begin, so the line is like right here beginning, then you're missing this part over here, which is quite a problematical issue, especially if you want to draw textures. Because you draw your textures and then suddenly, you have this white spot in the place where you were certain that you would draw a texture. Also, this is already 4 gigabytes of... Oh yes, this is already 4 gig. Why is it 4 gig? Texturing causes every pixel to be calculated. And that is a dick. That's a dick to this program. It's like, hey, you cannot draw so many textures on this drawing. How dare you draw so many textures on this drawing? That takes me a lot of space and knowledge. How dare you? And I'm like, I don't give a shit about how you think about it, program. You need to work. Why? Because I am a person who always draws with textures. And then, then the program is like screaming out loud, panic noises. Yeah, I am a program's worst nightmare if it comes to graphical capabilities. Because even if I'm doing the 3D modeling, it actually also has the same problem. I always draw with too many polygons, so I actually need to lower down. With this one, however, I don't do that. With this one, I actually draw textures. And textures take a lot of gig. So if I would remove the textures, for instance, this would this kind of art style is actually quite less heavy on the drawing than this kind of art style, because it is a layer. The program is like, I need to calculate every single one of them. So yeah, it needs to remember every single dot I placed. And guess what that means? That means that every single dot I place causes it to have a code, or well, remembering. And because it needs to remember so many dots, it's screaming. That's why it's yellow. The funny thing is though, I always have done that, even on my normal, because I'm always, doing it. When I was young, whenever I did it, I always drew with textures in mind. Why? Because the textures actually create the characteristics of the skin, which causes me to be really like, oh man, this is fucking amazing, or this is cool, or it creates the textures that I need to get something from point A to point B to be more alive. If I have, for instance, have a how do you say, a lovely little piece of wood, I could draw the wood like, 2 lines and make it brown, or I could texture it so that it looks like real wood, or well, semi-look like real wood, which then creates this realistic approach, that is of course very heavy on the part of our great old friend here, who doesn't like it. And so, that's why I most likely like it. I'm a very nice person when it comes to these things. I like to draw and texture on it to give it more feel to it. Of course, I want to combine both the texturing part and the more, my style kind of part. I want to perfect it, or well, become better at it. That explains why I'm drawing it like this. That's why I have these things. That's why I'm now using different kind of shading and different kind of coloring to get the effect that I want. That of course takes time, because I need to learn, I need to progress and all that stuff. For instance, this part here on the helmet is not fully done. It is yet. It needs to have more shading to it and more effects to it. But in the end, it will be looking quite well. Trust me upon that one. Yeah. Blech, blech, blech. All right. Because this needs to be look more, this looks like it is brand new, and I need to make sure that it looks a little bit more old, than brand new. Of course, that effect I need to do after I do the whole damn drawing, because otherwise it won't work. And otherwise it will take me a long time before I will be finished. But I'll get to it. After I'm done with the whole damn head, I will get that thing. I will get the skull a little bit more, detailed upon arrival. So yeah, so that's what I did. That's what I'm doing actually. I'm just drawing, there's no pressure in my hand, no cramps in my hand, because I'm just drawing little circles upon a big giant space. Whoa, so spooky. Look at this. I am doing this so spooky right now. So yeah, the whole damn thing is actually quite nice. Now, since we did that, we only need one more. And as you can remember, I'm trying to do my very best to get this whole damn drawing correctly done. And, well, we're almost 50 minutes in, so yeah, we're halfway there. Surprise! Takes 2 hours to draw this texture. Oh no! 2 hours of drawing circles. I am so spooked and so scared. No. Actually, I really enjoy this. This is actually one of my favorite kind of things to do, Just drawing circles. What you gonna do today? Well, I'm just drawing circles. Is that stupid? No. It's amazing. Why? Because every single time my eye looks, I draw more circles. So yeah, the good news is that we're working on drawing circles, and circles are a very nice thing to have. Because the circle, well, they are not circles. These things are not circles, of course. These are olives. Ellipses? Ellipses. Ellipses, right? Yeah, ellipses, not olives. Well, technically, I would call them olives in my language. We call them ovale. Oh, but ellipse, apparently that's the word, I think it is. Probably. Don't mind. I want to look it up. English word book. Tell me if it is right what I said. Autobahn. No, we don't need German words. Jeez. A B C D E F G H I J K L M N O O P Q R S T U V. Ah, oval. 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 Alright, so it is oval. Alright, it is oval. Alright. Well, looks like I was right all along. Oh well. Anyway, so yeah, I'm drawing ovals, and those ovals are sometimes broken or ripped to pieces. They stick to the other parts, and that is the effect of what I'm drawing on the skin. So I'm drawing ovals all around it, and then I add some more to it. This creates the effect of skills, which we need, by the way, because the skills we need to purpose it to things that we want. You get the point. You get the point. We want to have this representation of skills on the back, on the throat. We don't want to have casual stripes of muscle. Nah, we don't need that. We're gonna draw big time. So the next drawing that I'm gonna be doing after this one, of course, if you didn't know, I'm gonna be drawing something very new. Because, you know, I'm trying to improve upon my drawing, yes. And this is like an improvement upon the old drawing I did. So I'm gonna be drawing then a new drawing, and then I'm gonna be just drawing a casual human. I'm gonna be drawing a casual human, so I'm gonna try to draw a human with a battle axe or something like that, I don't know. Something very fancy. And hopefully, you know, that gets, and then try to get it into the same art style as this one. Why? Because I want to do that. Because, you know, I want to improve upon my art style. Therefore, I also need to learn new ways of drawing things, like humans, because humans are, well, difficult ape people to draw. Yeah, they're difficult ape people. They have like this very strange face. They have these ears. They have all these stuff that I don't know how. And then they have these hands. Oh no, don't get me started on the hands. But yeah. So that's what I'm gonna be doing after this one. Because I know that I also want to draw perspectives of different poses of this guy, but I'll leave that later. I just want to do some more, you know, inventive stuff, like, I don't know, draw humans and then go back to poses. Yeah, draw a human and then go back. That of course is gonna be looking horrible considered what I'm normally drawing, so I have high hopes for I have high hopes for drawing good humans. But I press X to doubt about those hopes. If they're gonna be looking like an Arab guy again, then well, you know, I will not try to do that. I try to draw just casual European people. I don't want to draw Eastern. That is that's the thing. I want to draw what I want to draw. I don't want to draw something else. So I want to perfect on that art style. Of course, you know, this might be a little bit difficult, therefore, you know, it's problematic, but I'll get it done. I'll get it done. If priests in the Middle Ages can draw humans, then probably I can also draw humans. Jeez Louise. They might not look human enough, but hey, you know, they're human. I will say they're human once I'm done. Probably gonna be drawing a corrupted human. Maybe that's even better. Yeah, probably. Or an archer. Or something that's like a barbarian. Yeah, something like that. That is also cool. But yeah, barbarian. Sheep people. Bah. See? Barbarians are sheep people because, you know, the word barbarian, bear. See? That's why the Romans called them that, because they didn't understand the language. They were talking and I didn't know what they were saying. So they must be sheep people. Sheep! Did you actually know that we had like folklore about people that rode on goats? Yeah. Very spooky shit. Apparently they were cursed by the devil, and they raided the lands. And they rode on flying goats. Really cool stuff. Really cool stuff. They rode on flaming goats and said, "Muhahaha, give me your treasure, you peasant." And then, you know, they stole from the church and all that stuff until, you know, they got fucking wrecked by an angel. They got wrecked. They got arachnified. Apparently, you know, they could not resist the power of the money, so they got cursed, and their whole house became a haunted house. Oh, oh, oh. Well, that's apparently the story. It's a really good story. It's a fun story to hear. It's also very fun to hear, you know, if somebody else is talking Dutch to me, I'm always like, yeah, alright, cool. Because, you know, it's just that casual kind of language, and then, you know, you realize when people talk Dutch. It's like, oh wow, what kind of butchered language is this? It's like so savage. I know. I know, it's a very butchered language. It has so many stuff that you don't want to hear. It's like all these words that don't make sense according to other people, because it's either, literally speaking things, or it is the other opposite around. A lot of words actually are literal. And other words are, from German languages borrowed, or so yeah, you have like different words that are borrowed, different words that are speaked or pronounced differently. Therefore, you need to write it differently. Oh boy. But it's a cool language. It's a cool language, Dutch. It's a very fun language, one of the hardest languages to learn because of all the bullshit that is happening with the vocabularies. Oh well. I don't blame people. There you go. Nice. Of course, we're just doing this casual line of work again. How much time did we already have? We're in the 50-minute mark. Nice. That means that I can have enough time here to finish this off, I think. But yeah, I'm now finally feeling that my hand is a little bit getting tired of this. But we're gonna just push it through. No need to worry about things. I should get a blanket though. I should get a blanket again to clean up the things without my hand using the screen. It's a big screen though. Big screen, big books. I have everything I need to get. I have everything I need to get, knowledge, or well, knowing how to do things. So yeah, I also have a book that says I can draw. So probably, it's quite fun to use. It actually tells you also how to draw cars and all that stuff with basic shaping. But who needs basic shaping? Look at this. I did not draw this, but basic shapes. Where are my basic shapes? Where are they? Well, they're gone. They're all not there. That's how I draw. I don't draw from basic shapes. I draw from stacking up the parts. So it's like, yeah, alright. Alright, that goes there, that goes there, that goes there. Awesome. I created a monster, didn't I? Yeah, definitely an abomination from the world to go. My head doesn't like when I get excited. Oh jeez. Stop doing it, head. That's stupid. Stop giving me headaches. Or well, not headaches, more like, hey, do you like shutting down for today? It's like, no. No, I don't want to shut down for today. Shut up. Let me finish my drawing, you bitch. So yeah, it's a fun thing to see that all these stuff that I'm doing right now is just focused work. It's all focus. It's all hyper focus to the max, and my mind doesn't like that. And hyper focusing means that you're working and you're seeing at the same time. So it's not the hand that does all the work. The hand is only a tool that I can use to guide the pencil and guide the pressure. Most of it is actually with the eyes. So either I could actually technically say like, if I would draw with my if I had glasses that would not allow me to see close, I would have a real hard trouble. Yeah, actually everybody would have a real hard trouble if they would draw then. Yeah, but alright. My hand-eye coordination is almost fucking max. There you go. Easy explanation. My hand and my eyes work really well together and work really fast together. Therefore, the more I do this, the more, the more faster I get at it, the more better I get at it as well. That's why those project of the Morpha project is actually only 1 hour. Therefore, I keep myself on focus. Like, hey, only 1 hour to go. You have only 1 hour. Go. Just to keep myself not under pressure, but more on the realization of like, hey, did you know that in 1 hour you can do this, or did you know that you can do in 1 hour this? So you have like a better concept of what you do, and also you work faster the more you work with that 1 hour. And so you get more stuff done in 1 hour. Of course, if you have a thinking part, then yeah, that's gonna be taking more than 1 hour, because thinking is different. You can think really fast, that's true, but the process of finding a solution from point A to point B, you can train that, definitely, but it still takes more time than the regular things like, drawing textures or talking. No, talking takes also a long time. But drawing textures and drawing colors, those are, the basic things. And, designing your artwork is different because you need to figure out things like, is this the right proportion? Is this a thing that I can go with? Is this a thing that I want? Is this a thing that I need? Is this a thing that, well, other people would like to see? And those ideas of course are guided by the those ideas are guided, and then your thoughts are also working. And because you need to figure out like, oh, how am I gonna do this? And then boom, instantly 50 minutes are gone. Like, boom, they're gone without you recognizing it. Why? Because thinking, on the other hand, is a thing that takes time. You don't see the time, you don't hear the time anymore because you're thinking. So therefore, your thoughts will lead you to a very nice place that like a maze, and say like, here you have 5 doors. Choose wisely. One of those doors lead to your answer. The other ones lead to, well, waste of time. And you're like, maybe it's B, maybe it's C. I need to think more about these things. And then, suddenly you have 2 more doors opening. It's like, hey, now you have also F and G. And it's like, thanks, mate, thanks. And sometimes I also overthink things, so then you have 10 doors instead of 3. It's like, I was not asked for more doors than 3. Thank you very much. What the hell happened? And then everybody will agree upon you like, well, what happened is that you lost your thoughts. You were lost in your thoughts again. It's like, yes, the time has again begun. And well, all those stuff that you realize that you lost are then, you need to reunite to yourself. So to fix such a problem, as, thinking and then, drawing, or thinking and then fixing a problem, that's why the 1 hour mark keeps you ahead. Like, you look at the time, you look all the time, you look back at the time, because you want to see like, oh, how much time did I do over this or that, to give you a concept about, like, oh, well, look at that, 1 hour has passed. Oh no, what now? Like, so such thoughts can then lead to, being like, well, I know this is going to be taking me an hour, so I should prepare myself to know how to fix this in 1 hour. And then I'm like, I can definitely do this in 1 hour. And then, you do it in 1 hour or less. And then when you do it in less than 1 hour, you're gonna say like, did I do anything wrong? No? Alright, cool, then you actually have a new record. And you should be happy upon that, because you actually did it within an hour instead of with an hour. And that's why the Morpha project was such a pain in the ass to do in the first place, because I had to design a bird. Alright, I don't know what a bird looks like. I know that it looks like a thing with wings and feathers, yes? Alright, that's a bird for me. And the funny thing is, even though that's considered a bird in my eyes, when I draw a bird, it doesn't look like a bird. So I need to have references. So, next time, always use references. Yes, true. The same thing as I always do with this one. This one has a reference. I have two things. I have a 3D model of it. I have a drawing of it. So I can use both references to recreate the creation that I want. And therefore, create the effect that I really want to have. And, implement it. And then, create a better look of it. So that is what I did. I used the references to see what I need, and then relate and then create the drawing from those references. The main problem I had with those things, though, with this one, for instance, was that the skull was a problem. Why? I don't know how to draw a skull properly. That was the main problem. The horns always didn't fit correctly, and so then I needed to look at what if we just make it into a mask, and then see how we're gonna implement that. Then I came to the conclusion that yes, it would work, and then I implemented that. The main problem that I then had was with the neck connection. The neck connection was really terrible. This neck connection right here was terrible if I had if I look at it. So how did I fix that? Well, I fixed it by, getting the neck connection correctly. So having this flow of hair underneath the cap, so that you think like, oh well, he has this hair underneath it, so then it must be looking like, then it looks like this once it has been put on, and when he puts on the mask. Yes, exactly, and that's what I was looking for. And that took me like a lot of thought, because at first I thought like, well, I can just do a simple lizard comb on the back, and then I was like, wait a minute, hold on a second, that doesn't work, buddy. And then everything went to smithereens upon that idea. Of course, I still have the design for it, I just cannot use it. So therefore I need to figure out what I can do then with that. And then I came to the conclusion like, well, with the hair, how am I gonna create something that looks special or cool? Well, you could say that it is molten skin, because according to the law, he has charcoal skin. So how would you say like, oh yeah, that's charcoal black skin? Well, you see, charcoal black skin doesn't always need to mean that he has a full charcoal skin of black. All right, it can also be like certain types of like iconic effects. Like for instance, he has this molten skin on his back, and with the effects of the hair tails that also implement that he has that kind of effect in it. That is charcoal black. Also, one of his hands is full with charcoal, with rock kind of look on the hands. So therefore, the effect still counts. It's charcoal black. Why? Because his hand looks rocky, and his neck looks rocky, and his hair on his tentacle hair. Well, it's not tentacle hair, but you get the point. You get the point. I don't know how to talk that out. Jeez. So therefore, I use that implementation of, I know what he has. He has red eyes. Yes, red eyes. Check. He has charcoal black. Check. He does that also. Now the only thing I need to draw is like, well, how does he look? Well, he looks like a fucking leader. So I posted him like the leader that he is. There you go. A calm person who, cold-bloodedly murders people when, when he loses his nerves. That is how he is. He is a fucking piece of shit because he's a very terrible leader. He's a tyrant. He is a leader. He's a leader that rules by fear. By fear and murder. Of course, his henchmen, of course, are totally different than him, because they have different kind of desires, different kind of ideas, different kind of things. Like, you have henchmen that work for loyalty. You also have henchmen that work for power. So, you have a henchman that says like, well, if he dies, I'm gonna take over. So I'm gonna be plotting inside of his plans a way to coup him out, or already have all the support needed if he dies. And the more terrible the situation goes, the more power he gets, the less power the king has. So he will gain the authority over the minions that are, well, over the armies or over the people that the king rules. So he is the one that enforces the rules, as I can say it like that. Yeah. Then you also have another guy, another minion that rules by fear. So this henchman, for instance, implements the fear of the king. So this person works for loyalty. He serves the king as his loyal servant and implements the fear to the people that are subjugated to his to the king. So, for instance, if there is an uprising, well, guess what's going to be happening? Well, there are going to be a lot of heads chopping off. And those people are going to be wildly executed by brutal force, of course. And so you have these different types of characters that work for different kind of reasons. One of those reasons is like power. The other reason might be like loyalty. And other people are just work for him because they fear him. Yeah, that also works. You work because you don't want to die. Then you better get up. You gotta get better to work then. Other people have needs, and that's why they work for him. Like they want money out of him, or they want something that he possesses and that they want to study. I don't know. Such things can lead to being working for this tyrant. Even though he is a tyrant, he still has his own goals, his own needs. And so everybody has also their own needs and thoughts and all that stuff. That's the main issue. You cannot always have good henchmen. You cannot always have reliable henchmen. But if you have them, they will serve loyally. And you don't kill them. No, you don't kill them if they serve you well. You kill them if they serve you bad. For instance, retreating from a battlefield without any result whatsoever. Even though the battlefield might be really stacked against them, but they should have died there. They should have died. They should not have been lived. If they would have lived, then well they could tell the tale. They could defect. That's the problem. And if they return back and they tell of this terrible news and you lose your shit, well, guess what's going to be happening? Of course, he's going to be snapping. Because, he's not a very nice person. That's why you never tell people bad news. You tell the bad news to the people below him. You don't tell them in person. Duh. Even though that might be just silenced, whatever, but hey, you better not lose your head there. Anyway, that's why this guy is a leader, but he's a tyrant and he's a terrible person. He cannot be redeemed. Whatever, blah 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 blah. And then you have also heroes in the field. Those people represent not those kind of traits. This guy is patient, calm, and very very not trigger happy, but event happy. So if he has certain ticks where he snaps. So if you tell him certain types of things, then he might snap, and then you get the whole damn he will be destroying stuff in rage or murder, even if he can. That's why you never tell him the bad news if it is occurring certain types of events. And of course the heroes are gonna be different. Definitely. The heroes are not gonna be this, bloody maniac who rules by the land with fear. No. These heroes are, cheerful, happy. These people like other people to help them also out. And, when time comes in need, they will help each other out and solve their problems with each other. And that's how I think that's how you create a good story. I think. Well, not a good story. I mean, good lore. Not law. Something between those lines. Yep. Fuck it. Something between those lines both. But yeah, that's my idea at least. My idea upon making it, and that's what I'm writing. I'm trying to write that down. Problem is, I'm a very terrible writer when it comes to these things because of, you know, all the things that I need to take care of, like vocabularies, language, grammar, you know, those things is not my good spot. I'm a heavy dyslexic person when it comes to these things. Let's see. And 50 minutes in already. Jeez. But yeah, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing right now. I am working on getting, you know, this character fully designed and fully done, and then we can start up with the new guys. We can start up with making some more things. We can start up with making humans and whatever we do. First, I'm gonna be drawing a human because, you know, humans. I'm terrible at drawing humans, so I should work on that. It's not my strongest point. Let's put it that way. I can draw them. They just look a little bit off because, you know, I'm a very nice person when it comes to looking at faces and remembering them for life. Problem is, that also means that I'm very, 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 like, hey, you drew your face wrong. And then, you know, I already know, like, yes, I know that I draw that face wrong. Can you fix it? And then, you know, every single time I try to fix it, it looks worse. So that's the main problem that I have. So yeah, ugh. Sorry, I was a little bit focused here. So yeah, the amount of stuff I actually need to do, figuring out things, getting things done, making things happening. Also, I think I will work on the um, well, dungeon every Saturday and Sunday as well. Yeah, recording them and then, you know, putting them online on Monday, I believe. That is a smart move, right? Yeah, that's a smart move. So yeah, my hand does not feel tired. My head does feel tired because I just had an absence, so congratulations upon that part. Yay me. That means that I'm gonna get really tired when I'm doing the walk. Lovely, that means I probably will be resting afterwards. No. I really hate it when that happens. So yeah, lots of stuff. So, yep. The main thing is, like, you know, this might look like really, well, it doesn't look boring. No. It doesn't look boring. You can see the progress every single time I draw, but the amount of stuff I need to do, it is a lot of work. Yes, true. It is a lot of work, and, you know, if you want to do this the same way, be my guest. I'm just gonna be saying to you guys that, well, if you're gonna do it like this, you know, making the texture by hand, one is your hand is gonna get tired. True. Two, you're probably gonna be really demotivated sometimes because, you know, there is no end to it. It is like, I need to draw this texture and it takes like forever and ever and ever. So I will give you a quick hint on this. always remember to say, alright, it's enough for today. I won't work on it, and I will shove it to next day. Why? Because then you can look upon yourself and see like, am I doing it right? Just do a self-reflection. Am I doing it right? Am I doing it correctly? Is this how I want the texture to be? What will happen if I continue doing this? What will happen if I, add some variety to it? Or what will happen if I change up the texture entirely? What will happen? That's those questions you always need to ask yourself once you're busy working on the textures, because sometimes those textures work, sometimes they don't. It always happens. You don't have to blame yourself for that. No. The main issue that you have with these textures is like, well, what now? And I mean it. It's a fun way to do things. And yeah, I always like to work on these textures because I'm heavily motivated. I'm motivated not because of the textures, I'm motivated because I want to see the end result. And I always think to myself like, you know what? Drawing these textures is not that bad. I know that the drawing will become better if I do it. So I should do it. Why would I not do it? And I always reply to that like, why would I not do it? I have no reason why not. So I do it. And I will say, well, I will do it. And therefore, I do it. It is a motivation. Like, I can do it. I can probably do it. So why the hell would I not do it? It's not like I have anything better to do. Because, in the end, it will make the drawing look way better than it was before. So I should do it. And that is always like, yeah, because it looks because it creates a better view of it. Yes, I will work on it. Of course, most of this, all these drawings are all representations of, experimentation and getting better at, drawing on the tablets. And the more I draw, the better I get at it. The more I draw, the better the looks of it. The more I draw, the better I am at coloring, shading, and all the other stuff. It's all, it's all fun and games when you're doing this. You just need to realize that it's gonna be taking a lot of time. And since I do have all the time in the world, I don't mind. It's not like I can do anything. It's not like I can go watch a movie or something in the cinema, and spooky door, lol. The door is constantly cracking open and out because I forgot to put it on a thing. Oh well. Anyway, it's not like, I can go to the cinema and just watch a movie and pick up a chick or something like that. No, actually not. I can't. I cannot even go on an adventure, I cannot even go to a different country and go on vacation. No, I can't. Because everything is on lockdown. So, I am like, yeah, alright, fine. I have nothing better to do, so why the hell would I not do the drawings every single day? It's not like, anything else is gonna be happening once I'm gone, This is a good way to spend my time. It makes me learn stuff, it gives me more progress upon my art style, it gives me more progress upon my lifestyle, it improves my eye-to-hand coordination, it improves my thoughts, it improves my mind, it helps with, creating better thoughts, it helps with creating, a better me. So why not? Why would I not self-improve? It's stupid if you would not self-improve. Come on. Think about it. If you not self-improve upon yourself, then why not? It's just stupid. You're always down. You're always there, but down. Well, guess what? You have all the time in the world to do something. Then do something. Everybody has to do something. Some people work. Other people do other things. Other people do cooking. do the dishes, whatever. There is enough time in the world to do that all. And I am like a person who doesn't do anything. I'm a person who cannot work. Well, I can work, but not now. Because, you know, I need to talk to people and I need to get some stuff and information done. The problem is, that takes a lot of time. Oh no, am I not busy doing that? Yes, I am. Of course I am. But I still have spare time left. And I like to spend my spare time on drawings. I like to spend these times on drawings because, you know, working doesn't work for me because, you know, I need to do certain types of work because otherwise I will get stressed out and get really, really bummed out. So, yeah, not doing that. That's a horrible idea. You're not supposed to go to something that you're not supposed to want. But some people don't have the option of that. And I get that. But then make the best out of it, you know? Even if a person is just staying indoors, whatever. You can still do fun stuff. You can do drawings, you can do readings, and if you read every single book you have, what you gonna do then? I know exactly what you can do then. Why don't you start your own damn book? With your own damn hookers. And your own damn blackjack. Yeah. Because, you know, you learn a lot of stuff by reading, you learn a lot of stuff by thinking. And the best progress to think is by looking at yourself. Self-reflection is one of the things that you need to learn to improve. Because, therefore, you learn stuff that you did not know before. For instance, I know that I cannot run for more than 100 meters. I have terrible condition. I have a terrible condition. I have not a terrible condition, but I have terrible stamina. There you go. Ugh, jeez, Louise. I have terrible stamina. The stamina of my stamina itself is trash. I get exhausted after 100 meters of running. I will be already feeling like, oh my god, this hurts so much. Let it stop. Yeah, that's me. I'm like an old man who is like, I am so old. My bones are crackling, my boy. Yeah, that is me. But I can still do other things. You know what I do have? I have good stamina when it comes to long distances of walking. I can walk for 20 miles if I want to. Whatever. I can walk for 20 miles and don't sweat a thing. I can also climb a mountain if I want to. I can hike a mountain up that is 25 kilometers in total. 25 kilometers in total, the route itself, and feel tired afterwards. But that's 25 kilometers of that's 25 miles of that's 25 miles of hiking. That's a lot. All right, that's a lot. If you just consider it's just walking. Running, I can only, I can run really fast, but I don't have the stamina to continue running really fast afterwards, and I don't have the trigger of, stopping running really fast. So I don't have the stamina conversion. I don't have the stamina conservation to run for like 1 mile in, I don't know, one minute, I think. No, not 1 minute. 2 minutes. Three minutes. So I don't have that stamina conservation to do such a thing. I do have the stamina to run really fast. 100 meters. Yes. 100 meters really fast running. Yes, I can do that. But I don't have the stamina to do that, like, for a longer period of time, because I am an energetic person. I lose all my energy at the start of a fucking run. So everything bursts into flames, and then, after 100 meters it's all, and then I break down from exhaustion. With walking, however, That's different because I can conserve my energy every single time. So every single time I walk, I'm like, huh, I'm just walking. And I'm not feeling tired. Yes. The only thing that is going to be tired is my legs. Oh no. Legs. Ooh. Very tired legs. Oh no. But the good news is that is important. I need to have my legs tired. Because that way I can, reduce the stress in my legs itself. So yeah, that's why I took the 6 mile walking, because I know then that I can relieve my stress on my legs from all the sitting I do. Because, I have nothing else better to do than sitting and cooking and making things and drawing things and gaming, It's a real good life, though. I don't mind. It's awesome. It's great. It's not a fucking care in the world. I don't have to go out, get some coffee or something. No, fuck that. I will go to the supermarket just to get my food. I will go to the supermarket to do my stuff. But I will never, ever work at a supermarket. Why? I find it below me. And then the main problem is like, well, then you just have to do it. And I'm like, yes, I should actually do it. I totally agree upon you that I would do it. But if I do it, however, I will get so fucking down into the gutter of being like, good morning, everybody. I will be really down. And, being down is, a dick. I don't like to be down. That's a bullshit move. So yeah, my mind is like, how about you don't do that? And be happy about that you don't do such a thing. Oh yeah! Okay. So, the house cleaner actually left. Yeah, it is it's a very good idea. You don't do the work that you do only the work that you're supposed to work. That you like, instead of finding the work that you need to do. And because I don't have to do it, I won't do it. You see, I'm not forced to do it, so I won't do it, and I'm living a good day. The only downside is, of course, that if I would do it, my motivation will go from happy me to to a cranky, very pissed person who is very narcissistic. Yeah, that's a big giant no bueno. So yeah, I rather prevent myself from going into that stage of total well, not total evil, but total bitch move. So yeah. So yeah, that's why I cannot work on such casual jobs, because I actually need to do the job that I like instead of doing the job that I need to do. Of course, I can switch my motivation around to do such a job, but I cannot do it full time. I cannot do it for more than 1 hour or something like that before I will go down. So that's where the hyperfocus comes in play. When I doing the job I like, I get stuff done. I can do like, is this a book I like? 1 hour later, I am done. I know exactly what happened. According to Steve and Larry. Yes, apparently they had a relationship with somebody called Laura. And, well, they were good friends on high school, apparently. Yes. So, yeah, I can read the whole damn book, and it was about, the ring and tossed into the flames and evil lost. It gets really really fast done with all the stuff. So yeah, when I read something and I learn about like, oh, this is interesting, then it's instantly in my head for like at least 3 hours, so I can write everything down. That's why it's actually quite fun when I actually worked on making a manual for the 3D printer at Rimas, and that was actually really well thing to do. I really helped out the people there, the engineer department, because now thanks to that they actually know how to work with that thing. And the funny thing was, actually, I always came with these stupid questions. Like, I had like this filled product that I printed, and I asked them like, what is wrong with this? And everybody's like, yes, something is wrong with it. Please tell us. And then I explained everything in every single detail. It's like, oh, thanks, man. All right, I'll be right back then again in 2 hours. And then I was working again on the whole damn manual. So the funny thing is, like, if because you're asking somebody what is wrong with a model, they will realize like, oh shit, this is wrong with the model. So then this must be the problem. And then because I already explained how to fix it, they will figure out like, oh well, because this is wrong and that is wrong. That means that according to this, we should change up these variables and these variables so that we fix that problem that we had in the first place. And then we also need to clean up the nozzle to make sure that that there is no variety in failure. And then you run the process again, and then you get everything done correctly. Which actually makes everything more fun, because you figure out a problem, you fix the problem. If there then a new problem occurs, you find out what the problem is, and then the problem you explain the problem to yourself. You figure out like, oh right, if I then change up these variables or these variables, will the problem occur again? So then you need to make sure that you clean everything up, and then you need to rerun the test again, and then you figure out like, oh well, this works, this works, this works. All right, cool. Next test again, and then test 1, test 2, test 3, test 4, and then you have the whole test done, and then boom, you have a clean model that works perfectly. Well, that's the quick explanation. The more complicated explanation is lots of numbers, lots of thoughts, lots of information you need to know about elements and bindings of charcoal. How do you say that one? Koolstofverbindingen. Charcoal connections? No, definitely not. Well, that's how I did it actually. So I read all these scientific papers, and of course, you need to pay for those things, right? Yeah. You need to pay for scientific papers to get the right valuables. No, you don't. I just said to the boss like, hey, can I use this? Can I use this website? And he's like, yeah, sure. And then I was like, oh, thanks, man. So yeah, I used the website to crack the PDF files so I can read the PDF files myself, and then write things down that are important so that you have the right variables and the right information that you need for the product that you need. So because the product is designed like in certain way, like the cables that you use to print, that you need to melt, the plastic cables have different elements to them, like for instance rubber or PVA. Those things have different properties. So the funny thing is, like, because you're reading all about it, you're like, oh well, somebody tried this, somebody tried that, somebody tried this, somebody tried that, or somebody tried to use this kind of high amount of heat on this. What kind of effect did it have? Oh, right, that kind of effect. All right, cool. And then you take that with you in your whole damn report, and then in the end you have this whole damn fucking list of reports, and then you need to put it all into a manual at the end. And I am a very terrible person when it came to writing, right? So every single time I did 3 or 5 pages, I went to the engineer bureau and I was like, hey, does anybody know how to write properly? Yes? Alright. You're coming with me, and you're gonna be helping me writing this. You're gonna help me see if I make if I made any mistakes in the vocabulary part. And then they were like, oh, alright. Because I'm a terrible person when it comes to these things, most of the things were like, yeah, why don't you fix it yourself? I would do that if I was not fucking so terrible at writing things down. Otherwise, I would have done it. So yeah, it's quite funny that so much stuff actually went down to begin with. Like, you know, I really liked that internship back then. Holy shit, that was a fun internship. I really liked it because I was working with the stuff that I like. I worked with the stuff I loved. So therefore, my motivation was correct. Therefore, I would work really, really hard. And you know, I'm a very good, persistent person when it comes to doing stuff because I won't stop until the job is done. How dare you think that I would not be so motivated? You think I was a lazy ass piece of shit? No, I'm actually a very high workaholic when it comes to my favorite stuff. And you know, I will get everything done if it is in the good name of my work. So yeah, if you ever see me work on a 3D model or on a drawing, you know, you just need to keep in mind that I want this to be perfect. All right? I want this to be just absolutely mwah. That's my main intention. That's why that's also why I make sure that I only work 1 hour a week on the Malfa project. Because otherwise, I would have been tired for a week if I'd done it like how I normally do it. That's how much I love my project. I would be literally just out of energy the week afterwards because I worked too hard on it. Yes, there is such a thing as working too hard on a project. What? Alright. So, yeah. It's very funny that, you know, that I have this kind of mental state that it has me like so hyped that I want to work so hard until I exhaust myself. Of course, you know, I need to keep myself down to make sure that I don't do that. So therefore, 2 hours or 1 hour are good each day because, you know, 2 hours, that's not a lot, but it's better than, you know, working a full day and then realizing then the next day I still have energy, and then the next day after that I don't have energy anymore, and then the next day afterwards I am literally sleeping on my work. That's not good. So yeah, I like to I'm really learning how to conserve energy upon those things, and of course, you know, it is totally different than the rest of what I'm normally doing. Of course, you know, drawing is one of my favorite things to do, and I really like to do it. But you know, 3D modeling is of course different. You know, 3D designs, how to 3D print. I have books about it. I have knowledge about it. I keep up to date about it because I have literally a bloody damn company that sends me every single time they send me a live stream about their newest designs and what they can do. That's really cool. Alright, that's fucking amazing. And I normally always go to the 3D modeling place where, you know, they say like, hey, have you seen our new 3D printers that can do this and this and this? And I'm like, oh my god, this is a whole damn place full of them. I'm so excited. So yeah, also they then, you know, produce they also have then, you know, 3D, they also have them softwares that, you know, calculate for you the weak spots in your artwork or whatsoever. Of course, I'm doing it manually. I know exactly where I need to look, but of course companies don't have that, so therefore they need to have a software to run it and see where, you know, the weak spots are in their design. But I can do that actually myself because I know where to find it. So yeah. Anyway, let's see how late it is. Oh, 44 minutes. All right, cool. Only 20. I will take it here because my mom is actually calling me to walk with the dog. So I will say that I will finish this. Geef me nog even 10 minuten, dan ben ik klaar. Anyway, I think I will see if I can do this in 10 minutes. No, I can't. Probably I can. Probably I can. It's not that much of a problem. So yeah, it's a good thing to do. Also, yeah, that's me. If I talk about my favorite stuff and if I'm thinking about my favorite stuff, then yeah, things go really fast into wacky wonderland when it comes to thinking and excitement. And of course, I need to hold back my excitement when it comes to these things because normal people don't like to be. And why are you talking so fast? And why are you so excited? And why are you looking constantly in my eyes? Normally you're looking always away. It's like, well, that happens when I am excited. Yeah. Alright, well, I will call it a day because mom is constantly, yeah, asking me. So, better not make her mad. Alright. Yeah, that's good enough. Anyway, I hope you all have enjoyed, and thanks all for watching. And I'll see you all next time. Until then, I wish you all a lovely day. Bye!